Hello, I'm Dave Briskie. Welcome to the 6th episode of Briskie Business. Thanks again for making me a part of your day. The goal of the platform is to help you improve your business acumen and to provide a forum with tips and tidbits that'll allow you to know more about the business process. And we're going to attempt to also demystify the stock market. As always, this is your show, so if you have any questions or any topics you would like us to cover, email me at briskiebusiness@ntvusa.com. And maybe one of your questions or topics will be part of one of the upcoming programs. During the last program, we had 4 segments with CEO of Longevity, Steve Wallach. It was a very, very cool program, and we were very excited to have our first guest join us on Briskie Business. Today, like all programs, the format is 4 segments, and each segment is broken down in about 12 minutes of jam-packed information. We have Brisk Business Basics, Brisk Buy or Bail, Brisk Bulls and Bears, and my favorite segment, Brisk Best and Brightest. Today, I'm really, really excited to have a special guest, a man I consider a friend of mine, a man that really needs no introduction. He's the original 88, and he has an esteemed career with the Dallas Cowboys and in the NFL. But this is a program about business, and I'm excited to bring Mr. Drew Pearson on the phone so we can dig into his business acumen. He's done a lot of incredible things. I know he mentors a lot of folks. And Drew Pearson, welcome to Briskie Business. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, Dave. Thanks for having me and letting me be part of the show.
Well, it's my pleasure. I'm going to grab a cup of my favorite coffee, take a sip. We're going to sit back and get started, okay?
Yeah, I know you like that coffee.
How could I not? It's paying the bills. Anyways, Drew, in episode 2, we dug deep and you and I discussed this into the business plan. And we talked about how important that was. And in one of the other episodes, we got into the sales process. And one of the things I thought was a great parallel is obviously in your career, you were coached by one of the greats. I read this book. I know he's near and dear to you, the late, great Tom Landry. And he had a real interesting approach to the game. And I thought, what a perfect time to talk about Brisk Business Basics. And you, as a young man coming in on the Dallas Cowboys, here you are, probably all starry-eyed. And what was that like in those early years on the business side of football to learn from a great like Tom Landry?
Yeah, Dave, it was definitely a learning experience. And I kind of went into it with my eyes wide open to try to take advantage of the situation. And you're not only around just Tom Landry, but you're around people like Roger Staubach, Leroy Jordan, Rayfield Wright, Bob Hayes, all quality people that had success in their lives after football. Being in that situation and having those people like that in my life as mentors, it made a big difference. I learned a lot about football playing for the Dallas Cowboys, no doubt. X's and O's, strategies of the game. I can draw it up and take Coach Landry's playbook right now and make it successful in the NFL. But I learned so much more than just football from being a member of the Dallas Cowboys. That's where I developed all my business acumen. Because I'm sitting there for 11 years, Dave, sitting in meetings and watching and observing, not necessarily what I got to do next week to go out there and beat my opponent, but watching and observing how the Dallas Cowboys do business and how they reach the level of success. How they reach that level of success, then maintain that success over a long period of time. So all the lessons I learned about business didn't come from Tulsa University. The best lessons I learned in business came from being part of the Dallas Cowboys. No doubt about that.
Coach Landry, he had a great quote, and I love his quotes. I've got several of them. Setting a goal is not the main thing. It is deciding how you will go about achieving it and staying with the plan.
Oh, yeah. That's Coach Landry for sure. We used to go to training camp every year, Dave, and he used to give us 2 goals. And the only reason he gave us 2 goals is because he felt the team had the ability to handle these 2 goals. First goal he gave us was a reasonable goal. And the reasonable goal was always to win the NFC East and get in the playoffs. And then he always gave us an outstanding goal. And the outstanding goal, of course, was to not just to go to the Super Bowl, but to win the Super Bowl. But we couldn't achieve that, the outstanding goal, unless we achieved the reasonable goal first. So this was the first thing we had to deal with and go into training camp. And he didn't just list goals and what we needed to accomplish. He lists ways, means, methods to achieve those goals. So it was quite a lesson going into training camp every year. And Dave, it didn't matter if you won a championship or you didn't make the play, which we didn't do very often, only one time in my 11-year career. But the goals were based on what the team was able, what he thought able to attain. And so he just didn't lay out the goals. It's ways to reach those goals, means to reach the goals, it takes to reach those goals, and the method it takes to carry out those goals.
Yeah, I think there's no question he was one of the greats. And, you know, one of the things I remember in those early days, Drew, is the way the team, the players handled themselves. It seems like all the other players were showing up in sweatsuits and workout outfits, but that wasn't the way it was for you, right, in the early years. You guys seemed like you were maybe going to a business meeting.
Yeah, Dave, everything was done in a business-like approach. You know, everything during the week leading up to our game that Sunday was started off on Wednesday with our game plan. And once we got that game plan, we started figuring out ways to execute that game plan against the defenses that we were going to face. But if we played a game out of town, just didn't show up in khakis or pants hanging off our butt, open collar shirts. No, we were taking a business trip. So Coach Landry wanted us to dress like businessmen. So we wore suits and ties on the road. And when we went to games, we had our suit and ties on, and we carried briefcases and not gym bags. We had toothbrushes in briefcases.
You know, Drew, today's young, folks are coming out, they're maybe early entrepreneurs. How important do you think it is to look the part as you enter into business?
I think it's very important. You know, you think about the level of people that are sitting across the table, that you're doing business with, and you look at their acumen. You look how they carry themselves. And if you don't come in to at least match that, then you got a problem. Because they look at you like you might not be maybe as buttoned up as you should be, maybe as disciplined as you should be, or maybe you have the right acumen to do business with them. So that's one thing I learned from the Cowboys, Like I said, wearing a suit and ties, when it came to me to get in business and go to a business meeting, I knew how to dress for a business meeting. And that was to wear a shirt and tie. And if that happened to be overdressing in a situation, let me tell you, you'd rather overdress than underdress.
Man,
going into a business meeting, that's for sure.
I could not agree with you more than that. And in my early career, and I think those getting started, we have to make sure we're prepared. We have to go into a meeting knowing who we're talking to, so we have to do our homework, and then we have to give that audience the respect that they deserve by coming in looking like a professional and showing them that that you're there to do business and you respect them and you want their business.
Yeah, it also gives you a confidence, Dave, as you go into that meeting. You're looking good. You're feeling good because you're looking good. And because of that, you're going to have a little more confidence in making your presentation to the person sitting across the table from you.
You know, you were one of the few teams that dressed like that. Give me an idea of we've got a minute left for this segment. What was it like from an attitude standpoint? Were the players excited to be all suited up, or did they feel like it wasn't fair that they had to dress so formally for these trips?
You know, Dave, some players accepted it, but we all did it. Let me put it like that, first of all. Some players didn't like to do it. But, Coach Landry always stressed the little things, doing the little things. If you can't do the little things, then I can't depend on you to do the big things, and especially in game-type situations. So everybody, even though you didn't like doing it, and if you're a guy like Too Tall Jones at 6'9", 280 pounds, it's hard for him to find suits and things that fit him. He had to customize everything.
Sure.
So guys complained about it, but here's the deal. We all did it.
Respect for the coach.
We had to do the little things to do the big things, and that's what all Coach Landry was about.
Well, I'll give you a brisk bit on that, and that parallels it. If you take care of the nickels and dimes, the dollars will take care of themselves. And with that,
amen.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to conclude this segment. And we're going to come back with Drew Pearson on the next segment, which is Brisk's Buy or Bail. And we'll talk about business decision making. Back in a moment after a word from our sponsors.
A strong heart is a happy heart. Your body's systems depend on a healthy cardiovascular system to thrive. Without a healthy heart, you could experience symptoms like fatigue, aches and pains, dizziness, or shortness of breath. Youngevity developed Ultimate EFA Plus with a proprietary balanced blend of essential fatty acids. It's been shown to improve the elasticity of arteries and support healthy blood pressure. Next, we included cold water fish oils, rich in omega-3s that can promote a healthy cardiovascular system and even increase levels of good HDL cholesterol. Then we added borage oil, known for its powerful anti-inflammatory properties. Blended together, these essential fatty acids provide you with the optimal blend of nutrients to help maintain normal cardiovascular health. Ultimate EFA Plus, the right nutrients to improve your heart health naturally. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Understanding your microbiome can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Ultimate Microbiome by Youngevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics include Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Paying attention to your overall health also means focusing on the command center of it all, your brain. Factors like stress, lack of sleep, poor diet, a sedentary lifestyle, and the bombardment of pollutants and toxins can all diminish brain and neural functions. When was the last time you concentrated on your brain health? Synaptive by Youngevity is a cutting-edge, unique brain support supplement that delivers powerful nutrients both immediately and throughout the day. Its anti-stress nutrients provide instant brain-boosting support that helps with mental focus and cognitive activity. To enhance your body's neuroprotection, Synaptive's full-spectrum antioxidant blend targets 6 major classes of free radicals that inhibit brain function. This powerful nutrient combination also promotes healthy blood flow to the brain. Synaptive, optimal antioxidant neuroprotection and support for a healthy brain. Now that's something to think about. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome back to Briskie Business, and this segment is Brisk's Buy or Bail, and it's about the decision-making process in business. Today I have my special guest on the program, Drew Pearson, just a dear friend and an incredible football career, but an amazing business career. So we're going to bring Drew back onto the program, and we're going to talk about the business decision-making process. And Drew has been in a number of businesses after his pro football career. And one I'd like to get his assessment of, his opinion of, is a company called Drew Pearson Marketing, because that's where I met Mr. Drew Pearson when I was a very young man as well, and we got into that business. And that was a buy or bail decision, as I like to call them, because me coming into that company would have made me a partner, which would have meant the previous partners and Mr. Drew Pearson would have to give up something, equity in the business, to get me on board with that company. So that was a buy or bail decision. Drew, let's talk about that decision, how it was made, how it worked out, and more importantly, we'll dig into some other decisions. So let's talk about that early buy or bail decision as the CEO of Drew Pearson Marketing back some years ago.
Yeah, that was a big decision for us to bring you on board. But it didn't happen overnight. You know, it took a process to get to that point where you proved yourself to us, you earned our respect. Let me put it like that. We were in a situation where we didn't know what to do. We had exhausted pretty much our knowledge, our business acumen and relationships and that we had, and we had taken the business at that point as far as we can go. We knew at the same time we had the potential to even go bigger and better than where we were. How do we get there? And there's financial questions, production questions, employment questions, hiring and all that, all kinds of things. So what we did, Dave, was we reached out to you. And we initially brought you in as a consultant to advise on what direction we need to go to try to get out of the rut, so to speak, we are in. And after listening to you and going through this and going through that and putting into practice some of your suggestions, we were able to turn a corner at a time where it looked like the business not succeed or looked like it was going to fail. We got to the point where we were saying, wow, this guy has really made a difference to where we are right now. We bring him on board as a partner. Man, it could round out the team that we have here. We had Mike Russell, you know, who was more of a salesman and stuff, along with Ken Shedd. You had Drew, who was limited in his business knowledge, but had the name that could get any door. just needed something. And what you brought to the table at that time, Dave, was the final piece to the puzzle we needed. So when Mike Penn and myself got together, we got to give up some of our shares to bring Dave Briskie into the team. And hopefully it's enough what we offer Dave, that it's enough that he'll accept our offer. So the point is that he saw something that we needed.
For me, and I'll call it a career. That was an 18-year run at Drew Pearson Marketing, and things went in directions I'm sure that maybe none of us could ever have anticipated. But probably the one of the more exciting things was to take that company. And we're going to talk about this in a second segment, but ultimately taking that company public on the Hong Kong. So from 4 people to 4,000 people over 18 years is a pretty good run, my friend, a pretty good run. So, no, I appreciate that.
It certainly was.
I know it was a big part of the process, but I think there's something to be learned there in this. I mean, you got to have some confidence, and sometimes there's people out there that'll come into your company and they'll work for the upside. And those people that are willing to put their money where their mouth is sometimes can be your best bet, And so that worked out pretty well. But you did a number of pivots, also leveraging that the core competencies you started to develop as a businessman. Like you said, coming out, when I was out working in business, you were on a football field. And now here is this new business venture. And boy, you were like a sponge soaking up that business at Drew Pearson Marketing. And you parlayed that into one heck of a speaking career, didn't you?
Yeah, I certainly did. Because I had the advantage of being a former NFL football player playing under Tom Landry and having success doing that, parlaying that success into a successful business career after my life after football. And Coach Landry used to always try to prepare us subtly for life after football, like wearing a suit and ties and things like that. And he always used to say, if you're fortunate enough, you're going to have a lot of life after football. And so, thank God I was fortunate enough for that. But if I was able to have success as a businessman and as a pro football player, now I have a story to tell. And it's not just about sports and it's not just about business, but it's the combining the two together and how the two together work for me. And so that led to opportunities for me for speaking engagements on corporate America circuit, charitable circuit. Speaking career, personal appearance career in my life after football that I still benefit, even despite COVID-19. I'm still benefiting today, from that. But it all parlayed from the success I had as a football player and as a businessman. And now I got a story to tell.
Hey, Drew,
people want to listen to that story?
Do you think you'd have as successful a speaking career if not for your success as a businessman? Would it have been as big as it's blown up now?
It would have been limited, Dave. It would have been limited to sports functions, high school banquets, things of that nature. People wouldn't have thought of me potential bring in to talk to their corporate America. They knew the name Drew Pearson, but what can Drew Pearson bring to the table other than X's and O's? But now you're talking about the success, and they see they had success with Drew Pearson marketing, the level of people that we dealt with in dealing with Drew Pearson marketing on the retail side, on the licensor. So that just definitely opened up the door for more opportunities for me, Dave. There's no question.
Yeah, I agree. And I got to tell you, my hat's off to you. You were amazing. I mean, I met you in a very, a pivotal time in your career, and you and I would get together in your office, and you were asking the X and O's of business. You were already planning for that future to have a conversation. You already figured out it would be limited if you couldn't talk to the businessman, if you couldn't talk to the Fortune 500s in an educated manner. So you put in the hard work, and obviously that paid off for you. And we're going to talk about that in the fourth segment of this show. So the speaking career has been big for you, Drew. What advice can you give to our listeners that are out there on a buy or bail? You came down in a minute and 20 seconds. You walked down to the Dallas Cowboys and made that team. What made you say yes to the Cowboys?
Well, it was the opportunity. I could have signed with Green Bay or Pittsburgh, but I felt Dallas was the best opportunity for me. Disappointed as heck I didn't get drafted. 15 rounds of the draft, 452 players, and didn't get drafted. But in being an undrafted free agent, I could pick and choose that I wanted to go to if they were interested in me. And those three teams, storied franchises, were interested in me. But I was Cowboys because they had a history. And Tom Landry, Roger Staubach, the proximity to Tulsa University, 3.5 hours from Tulsa, it all added up to me signing with the Dallas Cowboys. And, Dave, that turned out to be the best decision I could have made. Pittsburgh had success. Green Bay had success. No one's had success like the Cowboys, and no one's recognized worldwide like the Dallas Cowboys. And Dave, every time we went into a business opportunity, that door was open because they recognized the name Drew Pearson. And it was up to us to get that business and close that deal once we got in the door, and we did. Oh. But it's all based on the fact that I made that right decision at the right time to sign with the Dallas Cowboys for a $150 signing bonus and $14,500
check
salary.
Hold that.
Dave, I turned that limited investment into bam.
I hold that thought. We're going to be back.
Not only on the football field, but off the field as well.
We're going to be back in a minute. That's a segment of Brisk Buy or Bail. Drew bought with the Cowboys, and it paid off big for him. We'll be back in a moment with Brisk's Bulls and Bears.
Our NTV USA platform has its own smartphone applications. If you're operating on Android, please make sure to go to the Play Store, search up NTV USA, hit download, and install. If you're operating on iPhone or any other kind of iOS operating system, please go to the App Store, search up NTV USA, hit download, and install. It's simple, it's easy, but most of all, it's comfortable. There, you'll find notifications to all of our programming so that you can follow us and keep up with all of our shows. And every single announcement that we make here at NTV USA, under every single program, you'll find a link that with a single click will take you directly to the smartphone applications. So what are you waiting for? Enjoy our programming. Stay tuned, stay connected, enjoy a nice cup of coffee. And remember, con una vista, basta.
To stay healthy, it's crucial to make sure you get the nutrition you need every day. But it's difficult to get all your recommended vitamins and minerals from food alone. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 by Longevity is a simple, convenient, and affordable way to help your body get the essential nutrients it needs. BTT 2.0 supports your body's natural defense system with a proprietary blend of energy-boosting and body-loving nutrients, plus prebiotics, probiotics, amino acids, and enzymes that support digestion. But to get the most benefit and value from any multivitamin, your body must be able to break down the nutrients so you can fully absorb them. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 was specially formulated with synergizing cofactors to ensure you get maximum nutrient absorption. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 is the easiest way to give your body the balance and complete daily vitamin mineral supplement it needs. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
As you age, factors like health, weight, diet, and lifestyle can all impact your bones, joints, and general mobility. Over time, you might start to experience stiffness or pain due to damaged joints or connective tissue. Ultimate Glucogel by Youngevity was created to help you limit the effects of wear on your joints. It delivers a daily dose of collagen-rich gelatin your body needs for joint elasticity and maintenance. Ultimate Glucogel contains a 1-to-1 ratio of gelatin and glucosamine sulfate, which is a key building block of your bone matrix, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, and connective tissue. Gelatin's unique blend of amino acids not only help with muscle and joint health, but also has been shown to provide additional benefits for the brain, skin, and hair. Ultimate Glucogel. Natural, optimal daily support for joint health. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Paying attention to your overall health also means focusing on the command center of it all, your brain. Factors like stress, lack of sleep, poor diet, a sedentary lifestyle, and the bombardment of pollutants and toxins can all diminish brain and neural functions. When was the last time you concentrated on your brain health? Synaptive by Youngevity is a cutting-edge, unique brain support supplement that delivers powerful nutrients both immediately and throughout the day. Its anti-stress nutrients provide instant brain-boosting support that helps with mental focus and cognitive activity. To enhance your body's neuroprotection, Synaptive's full-spectrum antioxidant blend targets 6 major classes of free radicals that inhibit brain function. This powerful nutrient combination also promotes healthy blood flow to the brain. Synaptive, optimal antioxidant neuroprotection and support for a healthy brain. Now that's something to think about. To learn more,
Welcome back to Briskie Business. This segment is Brisks, Bulls, and Bears. It's where we talk about the public markets and just puts a smile on my face. Really my first public company, and I got to do it with the man on the phone, on the Skype with me today, Mr. Drew Pearson. Let's bring him back onto the call. And Drew, we did a few things in the public markets, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
All right.
It was a natural progression, Dave, for our business, right, at that time.
It's pretty amazing. So here, if you're paying attention to the program, we've been going through some of the early career in this company, Drew Pearson Marketing. And we started with just 4 people. And I think our first hire was Drew's sister. God bless Denise's soul, number 5. And we went from number 5 to 4,000 employees over 18 years. And we opened the first westernized factory in Shenzhen, China, for goodness sakes. What a story that was. And then we had ultimately the New York Yankees, right? Not the football NFL license, but the MLB license. The New York Yankee logo became a phenomenon. We ended up opening up 14 offices in Europe, and we were able to take the European operation, our beautiful factory in Shenzhen, China, the first westernized factory, in Drew Pearson Marketing domestically, and took that public on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Drew, how was it to ring the bell on the Hong Kong?
Oh, man, that was too cool. That was one of the best experiences of my life. You know, I caught touchdowns in the Super Bowl. I even caught Hail Marys, and that's all in the sports world. But how do you catch Hail Marys or touchdowns in the business world? Well, you go to Hong Kong, you get exalted, and people are treating you so special. And when they announce that you're going to be part of that market, you ring that bell. Yeah, Dave, I still hear the chimes. It's still ringing in my ear.
You know, it's ringing in my ear too, and of course, when your stock goes up 400%, it also, you know.
You know, I felt pretty honored and privileged to do that. I said, this will never happen to me if I didn't have the people around me that I did have, like yourself, Dave, like the people from Longevity, like the people that, you know, we worked with or partnered with Drew Pearson Marketing. And all this has gave me business credibility. And I still get that credibility looked upon with such positiveness that it's amazing. So next thing you know, I'm in New York ringing the bell at the New York Stock Exchange and all that, NASDAQ, and you got my name up there in lights and all this. Dave, these are things I never thought I could experience. It just goes to show you that if you have a great idea, you put the effort in, into a life after football. And now here I am. And I just never would dream of Drew Pearson doing these kind of things in the business world.
Well, and one of my
pretty cool.
One of my prior programs, I gave a brisk bit, and it was find people you like doing business with and do more business with them. That was one of my tips. So we've been doing that, my friend. Your income, you know, I want to talk about public markets. Right now, boy, they were decimated, you know, and our company included. We watched stocks get hit for a lot of reasons with this COVID-19. But I imagine that with corporations struggling, not showing up, that this has probably put a damper on your income in terms of your speaking career and so forth. What have you done to adjust? I mean, obviously you could sit there and just wait and twiddle your thumbs, or you could wait for it to blow over. But have you made any moves? Have you pivoted to take advantage of it?
Yeah, Dave, I had to, you know, because everything that was there that you built up to take advantage of, it was at the peak pretty much where the salary level, the opportunity level, and everything. It was just flowing. But now that with the COVID-19, the pandemic, you know, all that's taken away. Businesses just don't have the money to bring in corporate speakers. They're not doing conventions. They're not able to come together because of social distancing. So, you know, even though this negativity that in our lives right now, this storm we're dealing with, this negative and these storms don't always come to disrupt our lives. Sometimes they come to make us and help us clear a path for the rest of our lives. So with this storm of COVID-19, me have to another path in my life. And I, and
my friend. And I never heard about this, but I saw it was you wishing an 11-year-old boy happy birthday on a new digital platform called Cameo, I think. I may have that right, but I think it's cameo.com.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, Dave, I've been approached. Mary Knox, my representative, she told me about Cameo, and I blew it off for about months. Troy Aikman's doing it, and Danny White. Danny White made all the money, and then I heard Mike Tyson and all these actors and celebrities are doing it. So Dave, I decided to call Mary and said, let's get me signed up on this Cameo app. Now, what that does is that your app makes you available anybody and everybody. Somebody wants to original 88 to give a special message for a graduation or a birthday, or just because he's a Cowboy fan, or even a death in the family, to speak on that, you can hire the original 88
Got
for
it.
a price via Cameo, the Cameo app.
All right.
And I'll go on there and like this.
Okay, we're out of
give
time.
you
We're out of time. We'll play graphic up, but cameo.com. You can have Drew Pearson come to you. We'll be back.
Cameo.com.
You got it. Brisk Bulls and Bears. That concludes that segment. We'll be right back with Brisk, Bez, and Brightus.
Cardio Beats from Longevity supports a healthy cardiovascular system and helps supply the nutrients your body needs to support better physical endurance. Your capacity to last a little longer is largely based on how well your cardiovascular system expends oxygen and circulates blood through your body. Cardio Beats helps combat the oxidative stress caused by physical activity by supplying you key nutrients that support your cardiovascular system. These nutrients have also been shown to help improve endurance. Cardio Beats starts with organic beets, a rich source of nitrates to support healthy blood flow and oxygen transport. We've added whole foods from highly bioavailable seaweed and mango fruit, both known for blood flow support, and antioxidant-rich sweet cherries. Then, for even more heart health benefits, we finished it off with key amino acids. Take your physical endurance to the next level with Cardio Beats. Talk to your Longevity associate for more information.
Super Greens is a one-of-kind blend that's loaded with hard-to-find nutrient-dense superfoods. We've used what we've learned from our more than 20 years working with mineral-based nutrition to create one of the healthiest plant-based nutritional products available. Each superfood was carefully selected so that it complements and enhances the others, helping to maximize Super Greens' nutritional power. Next, we added a specialized fermentation technique to increase the bioavailability of each superfood. Finally, we put in powerful probiotics and enzymes for added digestive support to give you jam-packed nutritional support. Longevity Super Greens, the highly alkalinizing super supplement that helps balance your body. It's the superfood-powered way to get more organic fruits and veggies in your day, all in just one scoop. Check with your Youngevity distributor to learn more.
Understanding your microbiome can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Ultimate Microbiome by Youngevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
More and more healthcare professionals and people seeking alternative and natural health treatments are turning to hemp-based products because of the growing body of research supporting its benefits. Youngevity has leveraged our years of natural plant-based nutritional research to introduce 3 new products. Hemp FX Soothe helps support muscles and joints by enhancing a healthy immune response and reducing free radical stress. For optimal results, it contains our hemp-derived CBD plus the powerful antioxidant glutathione. Hemp FX Relax helps ease the mind and the body for a deep and restful sleep. We combined our hemp-derived CBD with melatonin to help support your best night's sleep. To help support positive energy for your mind and your mood, we created Hemp FX Uplift. In combination with St. John's wort and a specialized set of terpenes and cannabinoid enhancers. To learn more about Hemp FX, contact your Youngevity distributor or visit hempfx.com.
Well, welcome back to Briskie Business. It's been an exciting 3 segments. Now we're on to one of my favorites, Best and Brightest. I really, really love this segment, a segment about mentorship. And I really can't think of anybody better to help mentor through these types of times than the one and only Drew Pearson, who's been with us the last 3 segments. Let's bring Drew back onto the program, and let's tee Drew up on this topic, which I'm sure he's going to be able to offer a lot of insight to all of you. The last really almost every segment, we've been reaching out and talking to our 2020 college graduates. All of you coming out into this new normal, this COVID-19 normal as we speak about it, and really the challenges. You know, you entered a year of school with so much promise and the best job market ever, and now you come out to this situation. And, you know, we've all faced trials and tribulations, and we're going to have Drew talk about a low that he experienced a little bit earlier this year and how you fight through that, because it really is important to fight through these things. And I want to tee it up for Drew with this quote, another Tom Landry quote, and it came directly from Coach Landry, and he said, "I've learned that something constructive comes from every defeat." And I think that's another powerful quote from Coach Landry. And so, Drew, a few months ago, the NFL did a special Centennial Hall of Fame draft. And I know you were one of the 38 finalists on that. And everyone I spoke to, and I know yourself included, as a finalist, everyone had the expectation that Drew Pearson, the original number 88, is going to be in the Hall of Fame. This is his moment. This is his time. Camera crews were at your house. Everyone was ready to celebrate at the calling of the name Drew Pearson, and that name was never called. Tell me about that experience and how that impacted you.
Yeah, what you saw was the end result of the excitement or the exciting build that I had to hearing my name called. I thought this was going to be my way to get into the Hall of Fame. Since I've been snubbed to this point. You know, I made all-decade, 1970s all-decade team of the NFL. And that all-decade team, first team, by the way, and that all-decade team is voted by Hall of Fame sports writers, the same sports writers that have the vote for the Hall of Fame. So how could they vote for you to be all-decade and you're not qualified to be a Hall of Fame player?
Right.
And so, you know, I was thought this was going to be my way to get in the Hall of Fame. And two local sports writers, Rick Gosselin, Shari Williams, they had votes, and they're telling me, Drew, it looks good. It looks good. This might be it. And I said, well, I'm not going to get my hopes up too high. I had another guy from USA Today, Jared Bell, and Gary Myers from Newsday up in New York. He used to cover the Cowboys, both of those guys. And they're all on my side. So I had a lot of confidence. Dave, this is the first time I've ever been a finalist. Okay, so I don't know how finalists are supposed to act for the Hall of Fame. So I invited everybody to come by. You know, I worked for over the years, I've worked for every TV station in this local market, okay? So when one guy calls, I say, yeah, come. And the other guy calls, I say, I heard you're inviting him. Can I come? And nah. So all the TV's there. But when the thing didn't happen, Dave, and the phone didn't ring, I was very dejected, as the whole world saw. And I didn't want that to be broadcast trending worldwide like it did. But at the same time, Dave, what it showed was the emotion that we go through in anticipation to get that call to be in the NFL Hall of Fame. And when we don't get that call, I hope the Hall of Fame sports writers see the anguish that we feel, the disappointment. Not only we feel, but the people that love us, the fans and support us as well, feel as well. So it was a shock not to get in, and disappointment. But at the same time, Dave, I'm saying everything in my life has never come easy. I've always had to take, so to speak, the road less traveled. Sometimes I even had to make my own road, okay, to make something happen. And so this is nothing different. But here's the main point, Dave. The good Lord knows what's best for each one of us. Okay? He said, Drew, I got a draft for you to take to that Hall of Fame. What's happening now? Okay, with the COVID, the Baseball Hall of Fame canceled their ceremonies for this year. Football ceremony for the Hall of Fame is still up in the air. My teammate Cliff Harris got into the Hall of Fame through this centennial class, and God bless him, he deserves it. He waited 40-some years for this. But now look what he's had to go through. He doesn't even know. He can't invite family or friends to the ceremony or anything like that. So even though it seemed like a negative at that point and at that time, that negative is not so bad as you look at it now and say, hey, okay, I understand the path that's for me. This wasn't for me. It's a better path for me, and I'm okay with that.
So, you know, that disappointment, and we all did see it. I mean, it was out there, and, you know, you've got a bunch of disappointed college graduates and high school graduates right now. What's your message to them in this trying time?
Well, my message to them is this, you know, you do what you can now to be prepared to take advantage of the economy, the market, opportunities when this thing starts to change. And to take advantage of it, you got to find ways to take advantage of things that are going on while things are going on now. And it might force you to go down different paths educate yourself a little more as you go down these different paths so that you're prepared when this thing turns around to take advantage of the things you learn while you couldn't do the things you normally do. And so, it's turn this negative into a positive some kind of way and find out which best path for you to take to do that. And that's the best advice I can do, Dave. Be prepared of opportunities, and opportunities might be different. It's never going to be the same. So opportunities might be different. So you've got to make adjustment until these opportunities come when the thing turns, so that you're prepared to take advantage of these opportunities.
I've heard you speak a number of times, obviously, and you discussed you being a walk-on free agent, and the stats weren't right, and the speed wasn't right, and this wasn't right. And I have a quote from you, and I'll end it in this segment, and I think I'm getting it right. And you have a minute.
And he saw that is because the way I approached things, the way I did things, how I did not let the fact that I didn't get drafted down or stop me from reaching the dream of one day becoming an NFL football player. How I turned that negative into a positive to motivate myself to do what I had to do, a Dallas Cowboy.
You know what, my friend? And you know what? Even the hut, that's a branding opportunity for Mr. Drew Pearson. He's always branding himself. And listen, folks, this was a great episode of Briskie Business. I got to spend some time with my friend, someone we've done shared a lot of tears with, a lot of laughs, a lot of success, and a lot of failures. And that's a great way to go through life, because you're going to have all of them. And so we're going to close this show of Briskie Business. My hat's off to you, Drew. Thanks for coming on, and I think you've inspired those 2020 draft choices, if you will, into this world. Thank you so much for being on the program.